Let's go back to Morphettville, the Group 1 Australasian Oaks. Here we go. Wings of Song couldn't have won any more impressive with the lead-up race, $5.50 each at 2 Vibrant Sun. They've come 4-6 into $5. Concello has been rock solid with Sportsbet. Got some sharp judges wanting to bet around Concello. Coco Sun in from $8.50. Also support.
Set to run 2,000 metres, and they're off and racing. Queen of Dragons stepped nicely, as did Sarasana. Not bad away as well was Coco Sun, and Pulchritudinous is certainly wanting to be in the first couple. Vibrant Sun zooming across and deeper out. Infinity Imperial also pressing forward. Bond Mistress, Wings of Song. So there's plenty charging forward and wanting to get nearer the front rather than the back. And Vibrant Sun for Zara presses right on into the back. 1,500 metres to run. Vibrant Sun is the leader by 2 3/4 lengths on Pulchritudinous in second. Third position, Infinity Imperial. 2.5 to 3 lengths back, Coco Sun, Queen of Dragons, Sarasana, then Bond Mistress. 2 to Wings of the Autumn Bell sees nothing but backsides. They're in the back straight, now the side of the track, 1,000 to run. And the leader is Vibrant Sun, steadies the ship by a length. Second position, Infinity Imperial. Pulchritudinous is very close today. She's running third, only 2 from the speed. The speed's solid because they're 4 in front of Coco Sun, Queen of Dragons, Bond Mistress, Sarasana, Concello, Wings of Song, Positivity. The next one then is Private Legacy, followed by Into You, Molly Knickers, Quickstar. Towards the back, Quali Alpha Raja and the Autumn Bell. They hot it up now, 500 metres out. And the leader still Vibrant Sun. But Pulchritudinous has quickly ranged up to join her. And they've paired off. They're 3 in front of Coco Sun. Then Bond Mistress. Vibrant Sun in for the fight. Regained the lead from Pulchritudinous. Vibrant Sun a half. 3/4 on Pulchritudinous. Then Coco Sun. Running on from the back, Private Legacy. Vibrant Sun. Coco Sun's having a last-ditch effort. Vibrant Sun from Coco Sun. Vibrant Sun held on. Vibrant Sun just in the Australasian Oaks from either Private Legacy or Coco Sun. Wings of Song fourth, then Pulchritudinous, Quickster. Molly Knickers made ground. Positivity, Queen of Dragons. The next one in then was Concello from the Autumn Bell, Into You.
Sun has fought them all off to score here. Gee, that Hickman horse was closing in late, Private Legacy, but it's just missed. And this has certainly been a game win, John, by number 6, Vibrant Sun, Mark Zara for Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr.
From barrier to box, basically, Vibrant Sun has just snuck in after making all the running. Tackled strongly by Pulchritudinous on the home turn. Her fitness probably just gave out late, and it was left to Coco Sun and then Private Legacy to make a dive. But Vibrant Sun, after winning so impressively at Moonee Valley last start, has raised the bar and is now a Group 1 winner. Private Legacy massive from the second half of the field. One more stride, she wins the Oaks, and Coco Sun very honest after being given the run of the race by Jamie Carr.
Wings of Song runs fourth, so it's 6, 12, 8 and...
Race, but Estriella, she's very popular with Sportsbet. Although out to $2.90 from her opening quote at $2.60, she dominates the hold. Good spread of money down the line. Stablemate IME arguably brings the best Group 1 form lines coming through behind Impazera beating home Ballanipatina. She's rock solid at $5 there. And then we've got Zapateo next best at $8. Now down the page, the best backed roughie Benedetta was spec'd, but back out to 8 from 7. Learning to Fly, $19 into $10 on race day. That's a good go. Chad's
set. Go, they're racing. Estriella jumped nicely and is pushing forward. Stretton Angel began well, and so too. Nearer the inside, humming through is Zapateo, but Estriella's got tremendous speed. Zapateo's up to second, Stretton Angel third, I Am Me fourth, then Passive Aggressive, Wonderful Tonight, Lem Picker, followed by Skew Whiff, Benedetta, and then deeper out is Snapped going forward. There's a gap then to Roots, followed by Waltz On By, Climbing Star, and Learning to Fly as the last one. 11 lengths off Estriella, who takes the lead now from I Am Me. Zapateo's back to third. Stretton Angel fourth. Wonderful Tonight. Then Lem Picker, passive aggressive between horses with Snap Deeper out. Root Skew with Benedetta. Then Waltz On By, Climbing Star and Learning to Fly. Has to come from last to win. They swing and I Am Me now rumbles through to join Estriella. Estriella and I Am Me. They're a couple on Zapateo. Climbing Star, Benedetta nearer the outside. Stretton Angel wider out. Here comes Learning to Fly. Learning to Fly is sprouting wings out wide. She's raced up to hit the lead from Climbing Star. Climbing Star fights back to win. Lachlan Neindorf and Climbing Star have held the challenge from Learning to Fly and Benedetta. Climbing Star, what a moment for the young man. I Am Me fourth. Estriella tired. Stretton Angel, Zapateo, Waltz On By. Then Passive Aggressive. Also well back was Wonderful Tonight. Lem Picker, Skewiff towards the tail.
Climbing Star gives Lockie Neindorf, local rider, his first Group 1, and what a ride it was. Went back from the gate, saved all the ground and got up the inside and has narrowly held off a driving finish, Learning to Fly and Benedetta. They're going to find out the minors just in front of I Am Me. Fantastic local result for the Stokes Yard and Lockie Neindorf.
We had a chat to Lockie Neindorf earlier today, and Dina, his mum, I mentioned the fact you are here, everybody now with his win on Climbing Star.
Yeah, no, that was super. I was watching the race and I thought, hang on, what happened? We're meant to get into the outside, but look, no horses have been in there all day, so it's probably evened out towards the end of the day. Great for Lockie to get the win. Tommy, Tiara and Adam, the boys have done a fantastic job with her. Shay back in Pakenham, you know, we brought her over here, took her back to Pakenham, brought her back again, and yeah, got her to peak on the day.
I'm trying to remember, Phil, did she win on debut and then she'd been winless until this campaign?
Pretty much, yeah, yes. No, she had been, yeah. She'd raced in some good stakes races, but just wasn't quite ready for them, where she's come over her own. And
oh, Lock, that is raw emotion, young man. You're going to make me choke up here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to keep it together. It was a really good win. She stubbled at the start, and I wanted to be a lot closer. And from that point on, I just sort of went, you know what, bugger this. I've blown the start. Let's go back to the inside and try to ride a race. And that's what we did. We got the favours, and yeah, here we are.
It was a busy finish,
Thank you very much for that, Richo. Well, I can tell you that our favourite is Tab's Lay of the Day, and that is Uncommon James. He's our Lay of the Day, but he's currently the current favourite at $3.60, $2.40 out to $3.60. There's been some good support here for Comrade Rosa. 11's into $6.50, but the horse backed to beat the favourite is number 3, Tino, for Tony Gollan and Badjuric. You win.
Throw in their front page as well on a soft track. Good placement maybe by Matt Dale.
Valentino missed the jump, came out last. It's a hell of a go for the early lead. Prince of Boom, front page, Uncommon James, and Ballers up there 4 wide. They scream into the first bend. Petronius just behind them. Then Golden Mile, Weed Essie about 4 to Comrade Rosa, and Antino was last. Down the side, 800 left to Rana. Front page showing Prince of Boom, who retains the rail and goes up to join front page. Baller doing a tough 3 wide. Uncommon James just easing out of that speed battle. Petronius in the centre, Weed Essie. She's tucked away 6 on the inside at the halfway mark. 2 Golden Mile, 2 Comrade Rosa, and 2 Antino at the tail end. A line of 3 as they straighten for home. Prince of Boom, front page and Baller. Wee Nessie securing a rails run, and Uncommon James, followed by Petronius. Antino hunting along the inside. Golden Mile wider, and Comrade Rosa will be the widest runner. Wee Nessie shot the gap, ran to the lead. Antino is after it gamely. Front page, Golden Mile were next. 100 left to run. Wee Nessie in front. Antino slowly but surely bridging the gap. Antino, he bursts from the inside, and he's back with a bang. Antino first, second Wee Nessie, third Golden Mile, then front page Prince of Boom, Comrade Rosa, long gaps Petronius, Uncommon James, and Baller was last.
That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a performance like that. Vlad Juric with a black type double today. So good job to him. And Tino wins over the 1200. He's in for a bottler of preparation, but that's what we wanted to see. Him actually win one like that.
So he takes his very average record, according to Speedy, to 10 wins from 15 starts. And Tino, he's first up from a spell today. He's been a Group 3 winner. He's been Group 1 placed. He was beaten by the smallest margin in a Toorak. He returns over 1200, a winner by, gee, they're going to have some fun with him for the Carnival. 3 defeats.
Has been our best backed runner. However, there have been a couple that have had good support, and that's Transatlantic and Mr. Chicobi, who opened up at 14s. He's now into $8. Transatlantic opened up at 8s originally, $5.50 this morning. He's out to 6s, but he has had very good support. And as I said, our favourite, who has been the best backed runner throughout the entire week, is Ducasse here. Call the number on your screen or visit the website.
While you're there, do you mind giving us the hot horse for the Guineas?
Racing. Cafe Millennium out wide was slowly away. Raises out wide, fast away with Captain Finkel. Pressling is firing through. Not far away, Kirakan, Kintyre and Mr. Kipchoge settling just behind that lead division. Then in evidence, followed by Chica Mojito, Caracas and Transatlantic. Ducasse settling back in the second half of the field around Felix the Scat, Cafe Millennium. Then in Coda, Port Lockroy and Easy Dunners last of all. They've gone through the first 400 metres and Captain Finkel works his way to the front. Kintyre's going to get a gun run in second and Raises moves up to be third on the outside. Pressling beautifully placed by Ron in fourth, and Ducasse has made ground all of a sudden to be fifth. Over on the inside, Mr. Kipchoge lying in 7th position. Kirakan is outside, then in evidence. Followed by, as they head down the side, Transatlantic, and then nearer the inside, Caracas. Further back was at the head of the others, Felix the Scat, then Cafe Millennium in Coda. Port Lockroy and Easy Done whips them in, 13 lengths off the lead. 600 left to run. Captain Finkel carting them along. Comes to the turn with a length margin over Raises. Kintyre couldn't have wished for a better run in third, and ditto for Pressling in fourth. Mr. Kipchoge, fifth, and will go to the inside. Ducasse pulled to the outside. Transatlantic was wider. In the straight, 300 left to run. Captain Finkel led Raises. Coming up inside the pair was Kintyre. Down the outside, Pressling with a strong run. They've got short of 200 left to go. Kintyre and Raises in a duel. Chica Mojito, big odds running on, then Captain Finkel, and then came Pressling. Now short of 100 to run. Kintyre's got the lead. Raises not giving up. Kintyre in front and won. Beat Raises. Third over the line was Pressling. Fourth, Chica Mojito. Easy Done from the back. So too Cafe Millennium. Wider Port Lockroy. Then came Caracas. Mr. Kipchoge didn't run on. Then Captain Finkel, Felix the Scat.
Been a really good autumn preparation for Gary Portelli and CJ Graham. Well, she got it absolutely spot on and beats a field that is not to be sneezed at. And some nice horses in this field, but Kintyre too strong.
What a beauty he is. So he started his campaign back in February, ran third to Gently Rolled, and then ran third in the Far Lap, fourth in the Tulloch, third in the Carbine, wins the Packer Plate, wins the Queensland Guineas. He's an iron horse, isn't he? A son of Hallowed Crown. You might have seen one, Speedy, right at the bottom. A little filly there called...
Horse who was very, very good in the St Ledger at $6. Then you've got the Kiwi, the toppy Antrim Coast at $7. The chances don't stop there, but that's all I've got time for. Coco Sun, your favourite. But that's all I've got time for. Coco Sun, your favourite at $4.50 here in the big Group 1 $1 million SA Derby. You win some.
Gates open, they're racing in the Derby. They all stepped cleanly. Out of stock is going to be snagged back. Nearer the inside, Sunsets, Coco Sun, Just Brilliant, Antrim Coast and Air Assault's the widest. Tulsa King travelling forward, so is Glad You Think So. Air Assault very deep on the track. He's moving forward with Coco Sun. Just Brilliant, Antrim Coast, but Air Assault crosses and leads. Air Assault has the lead. Tulsa King wider out looking for the spot outside of him. Coco Sun racing handy and third alongside of Glad You Think So. Then Sunsets the rail, then Warrior to Warrior. Steel Blaze also covering a little bit of ground as they head to the bend at the 12.50. They're halfway home. Then came towards the back of the field Shinjuku in company with Gold Wolf, who's about third last. Hariri Warmonger out of stock last of all. Leader down the side, Air Assault approaching the 1,000. By a length on Tulsa King creeping closer. Here are some moves from the back. Steel Blaze gets moving, flushes a few out in the process. Bold Soul, Air Assault at the 800 about to be attacked. Tulsa King and Steel Blaze deeper out. Coco Sun sweating on a run behind the speed with Glad You Think So. Bold Soul. Hariri was moving forward. She then ran into traffic. Antrim's Coast was next. Followed then by Warmonger, who's well back, but he's going to have to come deep. So too out of stock as they race up to the bend. Air Assault kept finding 500 metres to run in the Derby. A narrow margin on Tulsa King. Coco Sun sneaking through on the rail to join them. Air Assault in front from Coco Sun. Tulsa King Then came Antrim Coast, Warmonger descending down the middle. Air Assault joined by Coco Sun. Coco Sun rallied through underneath Air Assault to take a slender lead. A half, three-quarters Coco Sun on Air Assault. Warmonger's flashing down the outside. Coco Sun in front from Warmonger. Jamie Carr gets her Group 1 in South Australia. Coco Sun wins the derby for the McAvoys over Warmonger and Air Assault, a brave third. Fourth, maybe Antrim Coast from Hariri and Tulsa King. Next one in at the head of the others was Just Brilliant, followed by Steel Blaze and then Gold Wolf, Warrior to Warrior.
Coco Sun, number 15. Jamie Carr rides her first Group 1 in her home state, and she does it for, well, a big part of her early career. Tony and Calvin McAvoy defeating Warmonger, who's run on strongly. Air Assault has run so bravely out in front to run third, and Antrim Coast had his chance running fourth. He tracked Coco Sun coming around the home turn. 15, 7, 3 and 1. John, it's a wonderful result for those here today.
Wonderful result, and you can see just what it meant to Jamie Carr with a big salute, and she was able to do that and take it easy over the last 20 metres because Coco Sun had established that length break. Absolute copybook Jamie Carr ride, put the horse in the box seat, switched her off when she needed to. Snuck runs up on the inside of Air Assault as he moved off the rail from the 600 metres. Never went round a horse, and Coco Sun, beautifully prepared by Tony and Calvin, has been spot on after running in the Oaks. Warmonger.
Kovalika is our best supported runner. All the money coming late for the Chris Waller trained galloper, and he will jump our clear-cut favourite. Just Folk has been continuing to firm. Of course, he's on the quick backup after winning the Hawkesbury Cup last week. He's now at $5, but Kovalika $4.40 into $3.20 has just firmed up again. That'll change on your screen in a moment. Huet Tour was a bit of a drifter at one point. He got out to $4.20, but he's back into $3.80. Mighty Ulysses is the next best there at double figure on Huya Mal at $16. You win some, you lose.
Pitching that, just pitching it as a little segment.
I love it. The Hollandale Stakes. Now.
Gates are back and they're off and racing now. And Just Folk was the first into stride from Osmos and Wapiti. Not far away, Jimi Hendrix, and on the rail, Naval College holding a forward spot early. Just off those is Mighty Ulysses, then Unspoken, New Marion back and wide at the moment. Kovalika settles down with three behind him. Huya Mel, Ladondavi and Huetor is last. Into the back, 1,400 metres left to run. The inside, covered up by Mighty Ulysses and New Marion. Then followed Unspoken, Ladondavi, Kovalika third last, then Huya Mel. And 2 lengths away on his lonesome last of all is Huetor. 1,100 metres left to run. It's Wapiti in front, 3/4 clear. Slip through to hold out Osmos for that leading spot. Sliding forward now, Mighty Ulysses into third now, then followed by Jimi Hendrix and Just Folk fifth of the centre. Just off those is Naval College as they go off the back at the 800. Out deeper on the course is New Marion, Ladondavi in between runners. Unspoken, Huya Mel. Kovalika still second last, and Huetor still at the tail end, 8 off the leader. 550 metres left to run. Osmos really putting it to Wapiti. 3 out, Mighty Ulysses at the point of the bend. Just Folk travels strongly. New Marion hooking wider. Naval College back to the inside, then Jimi Hendrix. Kovalika trying to pick up in between runners, and Huetor out wider. Osmos giving a sight here. Here's New Marion running on. Just Folk there in the centre, then followed Mighty Ulysses. New Marion struck the front here. 125 to go. New Marion dash clear from Just Folk. Kovalika getting out late, but it's all too late. New Marion, a first up crutch in the Hollandale. Annabelle's done it again. New Marion beats either Kovalika or Just Folk. Photo finish fourth. Mighty Ulysses just from Huetor. Osmos gave a sight. Further back in the field was Naval College. Towards the tail end, Wapiti, Jimi Hendrix, who was one of the last ones to clock in with Huya Mel.
How good's that for Jamie Mott, and how good's that for Annabelle Neesham? She's trained the last 3 Hollandale winners with Zaki and New Marion. This import who has... He's been really good for her stable over a period of time. And first up, that's a great effort.
That is absolutely brilliant. We referenced the fact that he'd won a Gosford Gold Cup in the past. He handles rain-affected tracks. He went over to Perth. Talk about rain-affected tracks. He ran on the nice firm surface over at Ascot. He won a Group 2 there and ran 4th in a Perth Cup. over 2,400 metres. First up, residual fitness. Jamie Mott says, "You beauty." What a win at a big price. 1, 5, 4 and 8. And Wetor, Tommy Berry got way back out of his ground, made ground down the outside. Probably needs.
And then 3 years later, the one and only Black Caviar won here on her way to meet the Queen at Royal Ascot.
Black Caviar, the equine superstar of the world, and that's 21 today.
Other champs like Santa and Elaine, and if you go back to the fifth car's got a magnificent chance of adding to what she's done over the last fortnight with Benedetta. And Climbing Star, can she become the third filly to win a Sangster and the Goodwood? Western Australia is so...
Well, Amelia's Jewel, blinkers go on the first time. We both agree that she's probably 1,600 metre horse, but she might still be too good.
Here at home, she is a weapon in them. Would love to see her get the Group 1 for Simon Miller before she heads to Annabelle Neasham's stable. Here is a Group 1 winner in Climbing Star and Lockie Neindorf. He just won the last race. Big price for a filly who has won a Group 1 at her last start.
That's exactly right. I mean, maybe weights and measures of people.
Winner. The sixes, I Am Me. Blake Shin having a great day. Kieran Maher taking this mare back over to South Australia. She's raced in. First time for her as well. Winner, blinkers first time for her as well.
Yeah, and Jamie Carr jumps on board and draws that inside barrier. She's a quality mare. She gets a chance. She's by... This is my top selection. Weights and measures, I've pushed this way. He is a really good sprinter. He defeated Amelia's Jewel in the Roma Cup at level weights, and he was basically a nose away from her in the Quokka. He meets her 3 kilos better today, and I think he gets his chance for William Pike.
It's starting to drift at the moment, so a bit of a wait and see here for the punters. $3.60 was opening quote, out to $4.50. I Am Me, here's where the money starts to come. $8 into $6, a push there. Benedetta went up $7.50, smacked into $4.80 on Wednesday. Now just drifting back out, levelling out in this market to $6. Oscar's Fortune's been easy. Johnny Rocker, 25% of every ticket we've punched today has been for that runner. $7 there and well supporting at the each way quote. Sharippa, $29 and easy. Outside of that, you're getting some...
Gates open and they're racing in the Goodwood. Arkansas Kid blasted out. He was away fast with Oscar's Fortune. Johnny Rocker, I Am Me, Benedetta's picking up speed. Then Climbing Star, Sky Bird, Rubamos, Extremely Lucky, Stretton Angel, What You Need. Carrickazoo, Amelia's Jewels well back in the field with Grinzinger Prince, and Sharippa had to go back to last. The leader, I Am Me, was able to boot up, hold out the early challenge from Arkansas Kid, 650 metres to run. I Am Me from Arkansas Kid. Oscar's Fortune has the sit on them. Rubamos, and then Johnny Rocker, Benedetta, Climbing Star, Carrickazoo. Next one as they approach the bend, Stretton Angel from Skybird, Extremely Lucky. Amelia's Jewels a long way back on the rail as they turn for home, where I Am Me joined by Arkansas Kid. Rubamos on the fence, then Johnny Rocker, Oscar's Fortune, Climbing Star, Stretton Angel, Benedetta. It's Arkansas Kid from I Am Me. Arkansas Kid a neck on I Am Me. Climbing Star, Benedetta joining in, Oscar's Fortune, and Stretton Angel the widest out. Benedetta strikes the lead. Stretton Angel's after her. Benedetta. Jamie Carr gets another Group 1 in South Australia. It's gold for Benedetta over Stretton Angel. Photo third, I Am Me or Climbing Star. Then Oscar's Fortune. Arkansas Kid gave cheek. Sharippa ran on, What You Need. Next one in was Skybird, followed by Carrickazoo. Amelia's Jewel couldn't get into the picture. Likewise, Grinzinger Prince, Extremely Lucky.
Oh, what a race that was. And Jamie Carr, she is riding like a woman, absolutely possessed at the moment. Blinkers on Benedetta for the first time, and gets another Group 1 in her home state. Back-to-back Group 1 weekends for an absolute superstar of the Australian racing world in J Carr.
So 14 Group 1s for Jamie Carr. 14. It's just incredible what she's been able to do. Stretton Angel, the roughies, run some sort of race. In fact, Philip Stokes has trained second and third there with Stretton Angel and Climbing Star. We've got a photo for fourth. But Benedetta, think about Jason Warren. This is huge for him. He had Bell Sprinter, who was able to win a Group 1, and we thought, oh, Jace, you'll get a whole stack of them. That was back in 2013 in the Galaxy. So 11 years between Group 1s. He gets his second today, and well done.
He's already had a winner at Morphettville today, so it's a big I Am Me. Amelia's Jewel, I think we can safely say she is not a 1,200 metre horse, and we look forward to seeing her. One of the day up here in Queensland over the 1,200 metres, and that is what they're racing for. We are not too far away. It is a crack field full of quality. Let's take a look at the key contenders.
Inside barrier, J-Max never won this race in the past. Teams up with Pete Moody and Catherine Coleman. And I think with any sort of luck, and I say luck because he's going to need it at the 400 metre mark, if he gets that split, I think he's the best in the race.
Gosh, he looks well. Has got a terrific association with her. She is very well travelled this prep though, and that might be the only concern with me. She has raced in Victoria, in Sydney, and also in WA for the Quokka. She's been here, there and everywhere.
In a couple of weeks' time, can Stewie Ramsey gets another Group 1 with her before they go? Espiona, we know that she's got the talent. You just need to...
The favourite, I Wish I Win. He is still our favourite. He is a slight drifter, but he has over 60% of the hold invested on him. He's currently sitting at that $2.15 quote. He did open up at $2 this morning. He is our clear-cut favourite, however, from Espiona. 7s into $6 for her. Bella Nipotina, she might have wanted it a little bit wetter, but she's 6s out to $7. $8.50 then for Chain of Lightning, who opened up that quote. So she's back to her opening quote. Private Eye also at $9.50 after opening up.
Centre field. Racing. Bella Nipotina missed the start, came out last. Chain of Lightning won the start. I Wish I Win began well. There's Body Bob and Marzu revving up, showing speed. Wee Nessie fifth away, then Private Eye, Bella Nipotina. Steffi Magnetica and Espiona goes out to last. That's the first call, 900 out. And Body Bob, the rank outsider, spin away. Led by 2 to Marzu, who's going to get a gun run in second. A margin of 3 to Chain of Lightning in clear space in third. 2.5 away fourth, Wee Nessie. I Wish I Win. A length back fifth the rail, being joined by Private Eye. Espiona starting a move, and then Bella Nipotina and Steffi Magnetica at the tail end. First split 35-33, a genuine tempo. Body Bob about to be taken on by Marzu, who's the first pursuer. Chain of Lightning third, Espiona on the way forward. I Wish I Win. McDonald is plotting a path about 2 or 3 away from the rail, looking for a run in the straight. Marzu leads. I Wish I Win up the inside. Chain of Lightning joins in. Espiona wider. Bella Nipotina and Private Eye coming with big runs down the outside. 100 metres left to run. I Wish I Win went to the lead. Bella Nipotina is charging. I Wish I Win in front. Bella Nipotina on the outside. Coming after I Wish I Win. Photo with the 10,000. Bella Nipotina, I Wish I Win. I Wish I Win, Bella Nipotina. Steffi Magnetica, Espiona, Private Eye. Marzu, Chain of Lightning. Wee Nessie and Body Bob last home in 1:10.72.
Oh, what a great running.
Helping those that are suffering through war. It is incredible with his wife, Lisa. Well done, Craig. You deserve that. Brilliant win.
God, she's tough. She has been to 4 states this preparation alone. She's come back from the Quokka and she's still able to put in a performance like that. She is tough as old boots is this girl. She gets another Group 1 next to her name. You're so right about Craig. Mare in Bella Nipotina.
You think about up at Doomben is the Rough Habit plate, and what a horse he was. He won 3 Doomben Cups in a row. We've got a couple of them here. He raced all around the world. He won Stradbrokes with unbelievable rides, and the man that was talented enough to steer him to victory. That unique style that is the pumper in Jimmy Cassidy, who's here on course today. And Pumper, always a pleasure to see you, mate. You must put a smile on. I would say that in Australian racing and New Zealand racing, he's underappreciated. I know he's in New Zealand Racing Hall of Fame, but he's not in Australia. He's underappreciated.
He certainly is. Look, I mentioned before he went to say you've got the world-class sprinter in Scalacci, trained by the one and only Freedmans, and Ruffy coming back to the inside. I remember I spoke at the Carbine Club luncheon prior to this race, and I said, look, we need luck from the alley. He'd gone up to 57 kilos. He drew the outside. And here I are getting up on the fence to beat Barossa Boy, and yeah, one of his fantastic wins. And what a call that day.
Been very well, sir.
A good judge that I know needs him just to run in the first 3. Autumn Angel's going to be really hard to beat. She is a group.
Autumn Angel is just getting out of fraction. She was about $2.50 a moment ago. She's now out to $2.70. She's hovered around that $2.50 to $2.70 quote for most of the afternoon. And as I say that, she's back into $2.50 now. Tannhauser has probably been our best backed runner here. $5 into $4.20. Chris Waller and James McDonald. Kintyre.
They're off. Racing. Autumn Angel steadied soon after the start. Kintyre jumped well with More Trouble and Port Lockroy. Out wide, Pressling and Captain Finkel coming across. Gold Bullion not far away. Then Kirakan, Tannhauser, Felix the Scan and Purveyor. Followed by Itchy Man, and then came at the head of the others was Autumn Angel. She's between runners, about 5th last of the first call. Long Jeans over on her inside and Cadaver over on her out. And then a gap, 3 lengths to Gold Bullion. Followed by Tannhauser, midfield one off the fence, outside of Kirakan. Followed by Purveyor and Itchy Man, Felix the Scat, 3 wide, Autumn Angel between runners. Long Jeans over on her inside. And that last trio as they head down the back, Cadaver, Warrior the Warrior and 3 off Mannerheim. They are spread out over plenty of real estate, 900 left to run. Captain Finkel currently calling the shots. Pressling well within his sights, trails by a length, and Port Lockroy just trucking along well in 3rd. Kintyre came away from the rail to be 4th. A length behind that pair was More Trouble. 2 lengths then to Gold Bullion. Tannhauser about 6 to 7 off the lead. Outside of Kirakan, the rail. Then came Purveyor, Itchy Man, Felix the Scat, followed by Long Jeans. Now Autumn Angel, I'd estimate 8 lengths off the lead with 500 left to run. Still 3 behind her, Warrior the Warrior, and also Cadaver and Mannerheimer. Autumn Angel is starting to stride strongly into the race under a good grip from Carr. But around the home turn, Captain Finkel led. Port Lockroy shot the gap. Pressling. Kintyre up 4 wide. Then Tannhauser putting in strongly. Gold Bullion trying to go with it. And Autumn Angel and Felix the Scat putting in well down the outside. Tannhauser and J-Mac reach the lead. Autumn Angel's got a length and a half to make up, and there's 100 to go. The leader is Tannhauser. He's going great guns. Autumn Angel can't get him, and Tannhauser too good. Beat Autumn Angel. Kintyre 3rd. Photo 4th, Port Lockroy prominent with Pressling, wide of Felix the Scat and Warrior the Warrior, then Gold Bullion Mannerheim, followed by Kirakan, Itchy Man, and then
James McDonald gets a double for the day. On board Tannhauser. The money came for this galloper. He has been gelded, and that has made a big difference to him going forward. So stays at the 2,000 metres, has been racing in really good company all throughout this preparation. And Chris Wall having the ultimate gear change and prevailing.
And class. Have a look at 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Tannhauser, Autumn Angel, the Group 1 winning Oaks filly. Kintyre just runs so honestly as well. They've run 1, 2, 3. Hey, let's move our way to Fleming. 72 last start, but there's something about this girl suggests to me that she is going to be group competitive.
Yeah, no. Markets did first come out a few days ago. So while she's our favourite at $3.70, she did open up at $2.90 this morning. Molly Bloom has been probably one of our better backed runners, $4.40 into $3.90 for her, and she
16 to run at the 2,000 metres, and they're racing. Molly Bloom began reasonably, but being eased soon after the start. Our Gold Hope nicely away with Kind Words. Scarlet Oak handy in the early part. Red Defcon pushing on towards the front with Peer Pressure. Perfect and Amazonian Lass charting a wide course, but surging up to the front. Private Legacy about 6th away as they thunder into that first bend. Then Kind Words, Our Gold Hope, followed by Oceans of Energy, Tutta La Vida was last of all. Amazonian Lass nicked off at the 1300 and went 5 clear. Red Defcon second, Poifek third the outside, 2 to Peer Pressure and a clear fourth, 2 to Scarlet Oak. J-Max got the favourite, 5th on the rail on the inside of Private Legacy, 2 to Kind Words travelling outside of Our Gold Hope. Then Oceans of Energy, Tutta La Vida, and Good Banner racing inside that pair. Just behind them, Molly Nickers. She is 3 wide, but at least she has covered the 1,000. Then came at the head of the others, Molly Bloom. A long way back, Mare of Mount Buller, Miss Jolene, and Dolphin Skin whips them in. 15 off the lead. Amazonian Lass at the 800 metres, led by 2. Racing second was Poifek, Red Defcon third, Peer Pressure fourth, and Scarlet Oak in 5. Followed then by Private Legacy coming off the bit. Oceans of Energy always wide to the inside. Our Gold Hope. Now Molly Bloom starts to go forward. Shin begins his move, working to the picture, being tracked by Tutta La Vida. Miss Jolene going wider. Kind Word shuffle back. Then Mare of Mount Buller, Molly Nickers. Private Legacy not travelling well, might be a miss. Dolphin Skin out towards the tail. Amazonian Lass headed for the run of the judge in front from Poifek on the outside and slicing between the pair. In comes Scarlet Oak and Molly Bloom right down the outside. Short of 200 left to run. Scarlet Oak's in full flight. She's the leader. Look at Miss Jolene at the rate of knots out wide at any old odds, but Scarlet Oak's in front. Post coming up. Scarlet Oak from Mare of Mount Buller charging, and Miss Jolene ran a terrific race at big odds. Our Gold Hope in 4th. Molly Bloom didn't come on when required. Followed then by Good Banner passing a few. Then Kind Words, Tutta La Vida, Molly Nickers. Well back in the field was, at the head of the others, Poifek, then Red Defcon, Peer Pressure, Amazonian Lass weakening out of an Oceans of Energy, Dolphin Skin and Private Legacy basically failing to complete the track in 2:4.04.
Oh, wow, she's got some talent. Her name is Scarlet Oak, and she has just won a Group 2 Roses, Lizzie, at only her 4th career start. The sky looks the limit. Chris Waller gets his 3rd Roses. He won it with Youngstar, who went on to win a Group 1, and Only Words as well, who didn't get to that level, but by gee, this girl was good.
She's just making improvement each and every run, Richo. We saw her step up for the very first time.
That next race on the card is the Group 1 Doomben Cup over the 2,000 metres. What a beautiful piece of silverware it is. It's one of the great races here at this great racetrack up here.
Thank you very much, Richo. Well, I can tell you that Kovalika has been a little bit soft. He did get out to $3.70 at one point. He's just firmed back into $3.50 within the last probably minute or so. He is our current favourite. Detonator Jack has been very well supported. 6s into $5. Our worst way here at Tab, and our better backed runner late in the piece, Numerian. He's $9.50 into 8. Back to 8. Call the number on your screen or
Got dapples from head to toe. She's super fit, very switched on with the blinkers on. A couple of other horses.
Potential leader goes to the outside gate for Tim Clark. Rendo Anderson is on the stand. He's got the button. He's turned on the light. And now we're ready. Stand by. 2,000 metres. Group 1 weight for age. $1 million purse. Racing. Serpentine out wide began fast, and Naval College ridden with aggression, as is the grey Bois d'Argent. Young Werther and New Endeavour not far away, with Numerian poking through, and Kovalika to the inside, and Detonator Jack and El Bodegon. They're right up there early, so those leaders, they'll sort themselves out. Vow and Declare fighting the rail in the second half of the field, followed then by He's a Shocker, Faulkner Park, Weddor, and Amakura goes out to last. They leave the straight and move to the side, just over 1,500 left to run, and the leader on the inside was Bois d'Argent from Naval College. Detonator Jack third and New Endeavour. He slipped over on the rail to be fourth, then Young Werther, followed by Numerian in the centre and El Bodegon 3 wide. There's no lead for Serpentine. He's planted 3 wide in midfield outside of Kovalika, in between runners, and over on the inside, Weddor on the improve. Then Vow and Declare, Faulkner Park, He's a Shocker, and Amakura at the tail end of the 14, 10 off the lead. It's only a steady speed. They're halfway home, 1,000 left to go in the Forex Doomben Cup, and Bois d'Argent picks them up and puts them down well. Leads Naval Naval College. New Endeavour, Box Seat third, and Detonator Jack. J-Max got the second favourite, well poised. There's Serpentine making a surge up towards the leaders at the 800 metres, followed by El Bonigon, who's been off the track. Numerian's had a good run. He just needs some room to move. Young Werther inside of him. Kovaliga behind that trio, I'd say 6 off the lead. Then Wetor, Faulkner Park, Vow and Declare, Amacura, and He's a Shocker whips them in. 500 left to run. First split, 1:28.07. Wada Jean currently in front from Naval College and Serpentine working hard. New Endeavour hunting along the rail, looking for inside runs and about to get one. Detonator Jack pulled to the outside. Wada was Newton Marion. Kovaliga now starts his run, and Wetor cut the corner. Wada Jean, the ghostly grey, is bounding along in the lead. New Endeavour is cutting down the margin. Then Wetor followed at the head of the others by Faulkner Park running on strongly. Short of 100 to go. Wada Jean in front. New Endeavour is trying hard. Wada Jean is hanging on. Wada Jean just in front. Fano. Wada Jean, did he hang on? New Endeavour tried hard and Faulkner Park third. Then Wetor followed by, at the head of the others was Naval College. He's a Shocker. Detonator Jack and Kovaliga. Neither came on. Then came Amacura, Young Werther. Well back Naval College, Serpentine, Numerian never a factor. Neither Vow and Declare. And El Bonigon last over the line. And Bois d'Argent will get there by a short half head.
Bois d'Argent is a Group 1 winner. He wins the Doomben Cup. Annabelle Neesham gets her second Doomben Cup after winning it 3 years ago with the mighty Zaki, and Blake Shin joins the greats to win again and wins a third Doomben Cup to our so close. Faulkner Park, did he measure up? Damn straight he did. He runs third, and Wetor, well, he defended his title with absolute pride. Lizzie, a super race, and Bois d'Argent wins for Annabelle.
Super ride as well, wasn't it? He just took that race by the scruff of the neck. He said, if you want to take me on, you can take me on, but he rated him absolutely perfectly. Annabelle Neesham attacked this race with a number of runners, and probably looking at the way that the race played out, he just rushed Bois d'Argent to his absolute optimum. Put him up on speed if you are going to catch me if you can. I thought that New Endeavour was going to do that. The eye catcher has to be Faulkner Park. He is improving every step of the way this preparation. But 2 Doomben Cups now to add.
Turn our attention to the Group 3 BRC Sprint.
Yeah, let's get a hot horse with Chantal Buckley for this event over the 1,350 metres.
Hot horse will be number 18, Freedom Rally, $5.50 into $4, and one at big odds if you're looking for something at decent odds. 41s into 23s is number 16, Irish Songs, but it is 18, Freedom Rally.
Okay, so Freedom wins from only 12 starts.
And Freedom Rally is Craig Williams with that inside barrier. Craig looking for a treble today, which would be a great riding performance. I think Valana gets an...
Racing. Freedom Rally hesitated at the start and missed it by a length. Zarastro and Prince of Boom flew out. Surf Dancer and Here to Shock have got speed, and Straight Acer. He's nicely away in fifth with Yellow Brick next but wide. Then Valana, Irish Songs, Freedom Rally. After the average start is a touch worse in midfield. Fearson driving between runners, surging up towards the leading division. Then came Legacy's Rustic Steel, followed by Jetty, You Called It, and the Inevitable is last of all. That's the first call as they hurdle towards the 800-metre turn. And Zarastro had the best speed, leads Fearson up to second, Prince of Boom third. Yellow Brick now in fourth position, and Surf Dancer Park fifth, the rail. Here to Shock the centre. Legacy's 3 wide, Valana midfield, Rustic Steel making a forward move, but he's deep 4 and 5 wide, but working into the picture. Straight Acer, Jenny, Irish Songs, Freedom Rally third last, the Inevitable and You Called It. 44.76 the first 750. Around the turn, Zarastro scouting about 6 or 7 away from the rail. Turn with a pretty good lead, I'd say, from Prince of Boom trying to set sail and after him. Then Fearson, Yellow Brick, Surf Dancer, and Here to Shock running on. Zarastro below the turn and still on the margin. Here to Shock starts to chip into it. Freedom Rally getting up right near the inside, and Prince of Boom is running on strongly as well. Here to Shock in the centre, drove to the lead. Here to Shock in front. Freedom Rally drove Fano. Here to Shock or Freedom Rally. Third, not sure. Valana is prominent. Prince of Boom, Yellow Brick not far away, and Straight Acer. Zarastro gave a sight but knocked up late. Then the Inevitable passing a few, followed by Irish Song, Legacies, Rustic Steel, Fearson, Jenny, You Called It, and Surf Dancer last over the line. And I'd say Here to Shock might just scrape home.
It looks Here to Shock, but certainly Freedom Rally has made it really, really interesting on the line. really interesting. We wait for the phone.
It looks as though the 8 has got up. Richo, here to shock.
Here to shock, just defeats Craig Williams and Tony Golan with Freedom Rally. So a Group 3 win to Here to Shock for Mickey D and the Hayes boys. 8 days, a market mover in the last at
grabs for the 2-year-olds.
4 horses have completed the Champagne in Sydney Queensland Sires double. Luskin Star, Red Anchor, True Version, Dracula. You need to be really, really good. This is the first one.
Broad starting here, and with almost 50% of the hold, he has been very well backed. 380 now into 280, and one of the best backed actually on the program so far. Elmore Zillow on the second line of betting is at 650, out from 5. Megastar Heart 950 into 8. Angel Capital, the one you mentioned just before, 9 into $8. Bitter Creek has gone 9 to 12.
Size Produce Stakes always brings up a
$3 on the tote, but he can run a race.
Big field and full of really interesting runners, of course.
18 to run, racing. They jumped in a good line. Territory Ash, one of the first to go with Cosmic Fire out wide. Bitter Creek being ridden for speed, and so too Megastar Heart. El Mazzillo fifth away, followed by Altoff, and then Province, Super Alloy and Brutal Bowler, Heavenly Impact. Then Barbaric Lad, Angel Capital, Jamona Alpalage, Bow Dazzler, Smashing Time, Zuna, Broadsiding and Can't Recall One. Run off his feet last of all. Into the first bend, 900 left to run. Cosmic Fire at the best speed leads Megastar Heart, who cruises to second. Territory Ash third. Bitter Creek in a good spot fourth, as is El Mozillo fifth the rail. A length and a half to Altoff, Super Alloy 3 wide, the fence Province. Then Brutal Bowler centre field, followed by Barbaric Lad, Heavenly Impact, Angel Capital. Then Zuna, Jamoma Alpalage, Broadsiding. Car making a move now, 8 off the lead, but starting to track into the race, work into the picture. Then Can't Recall One and Bow Dazzler is last. Around the turn, 450 left to run. Cosmic Fire and Megastar Heart go together from Territory Ash and Bitter Creek. Super Alloy at big odds, running a race. Where's Broadsiding? Coming right to the outside, still 5 off them, and Zuna's running on well. Megastar Heart got by Cosmic Fire. Bitter Creek putting in, so too Super Alloy. Then El Mazzillo, and Broadsiding's coming with a big run down the outside. Look at Broadsiding, and Zuna going with it. Broadsiding out wide, reached the lead of the Sires. Broadsiding moving clear. Oh, that is Vision Splendid. Broadsiding won the Sires from either Zuna, Super Alloy, or Bitter Creek. Then came Smashing Time, Barbaric Lad, El Mozillo, Angel Capital, Megastar Heart, Cosmic Fire, Can't Recall One, Jamoma Alpalage, Brutal Bowler. Then came Altoff, Territory A, win that too.
Oh, he's a beauty. It's a big call that he'll win the Atkins, but he's certainly the starting point. Broadsiding was superb. Becomes the 5th horse to complete that Champagne Group 1 in Sydney and the Queensland Sires double. A couple of those that have done it, like Luskin Star and Red Anchor, were absolute superstars. This guy is really, really good. That was some win. 1 defeats 6, 5 and 2. On high is also for the Moody Coleman stable with Vlad Jurek in the saddle, another filly, and this is a filly by Seamus Award.
And very much looking forward to this, Richo, because this is the first of our World Pool races now, from races 6 to 9, all of our exciting. Steffi Magnetica, however, we're keen to take her on. She's our tab lay of the day team, 250 out to 350, so they're just pushing her out now. Schwartz has been really solid on the second line of betting at $5 now. Corniche is at 650 in from 750. Stapati is at 10. Went up, a bounding 15 out to 17. Good push here at odds for Roll on High, 34 into 18, 19 for Safrado. And then Amur even has had a nibble at odds there with 6% of the hold, if you don't mind, 34 into $26. But we are taking on
racing. A bounding began well with Amur, also nicely away Golden Decade. Rolling forward soon after the start was the instructor, showing his customary speed, and Salui drives up as well. Rhythm of Love and Safrado not too far away, and Corniche in that division as well. Weigel Tiger right off the track. Schwartz about 8th on settling down, and Steffi Magnetica just behind it. Then came Bases Loaded, followed by a bounding drifting back after the good start. Then Roll on High, Amur. Well back was Snow Patrol, Deep Respect, Step Artie a mile back with McHale, and Chrysaor is last. 800 left to run. Salui went to the run and led Weigel Tiger by a length. Rhythm of Love was third, covering ground. The Instructor Park fourth, the rail. Golden Decade just behind that pair in 5. Sofrano getting a good run, so too Corniche. And Steffi Magnetica sneaking along the rail. Then bases loaded. Schwartz centre field between runners, followed by a Bounding and then a Mur. Roll on high. A long way back was Deep Respect with Snow Patrol. Stepardi still third last, then McHale. And Chrysaor pulled right to the outside. In the straight, 300 left to run. And Rhythm of Love drove to the lead. Golden Decade setting out after it. Let's look for some of these other fancies. Roll on high, I can see running on. And bases loaded right down the outside. Steffi Magnetic getting up towards the inside. Coming after Rhythm of Love. It's Rhythm of Love in front, but Roll on High is zooming home. Look at Roll on High. Went to Rhythm of Love. Roll on High poked ahead in front and won the Fred Best. Lead home Rhythm of Love. Steffi Magnetica. Fourth, either bases loaded or Golden Decade. They're followed then by a Bounding and then a Mur, Deep Respect. Followed by Stepardi, Chrysaor, Snow Patrol, McHale. Schwartz never got into it. Then came the Instructor, Weigel, Tiger, Salui.
Unbelievable effort there by Vlad Jurek and Roll on High for the Moody Coleman yard. But we've got to give some kudos as well to Lizzie Jelves tipping Rhythm of Love, who was absolutely sublime, running in for a gallant second at a big Roll on High. What a big performance and a big win for Vlad Jurek as well, who finds himself back here from Singapore.
Yeah, an important win for his career as well. Of course, he partners up with Antino in the Group 1, and he really needed to get this victory just to settle the nerves. When I spoke to him, he was a little nervous, but smart ride. Rhythm of Love was excellent. He covered more ground.
Race coming up.
Yeah, think about it. Obviously an Everest winner and looking to get another Group 1 victory next to his name. There's only been a couple of dual winners of this great race, including Bucks Pride back in the early 90s and then Falvalon, the mighty Falvalon. Now, he was tried, of course, over the...
Beauty. Gee, he can draw a barrier, can't he?
Oh, and he doesn't want it, though.
He's the one horse who probably doesn't really want a tight barrier like that, but... well...
Company left, right and centre for this. It's coming up right after the break. In the Kingsford Smith Cup, that's the battle that we have coming up across the screen. Elevate over, and this is I Wish I Win. He's highly talented. He's a Group 1 winner. He comes out of the Doomben 10,000 and gets blinkers on again.
Yeah. Oh, there's Think About It. He's nice and fresh. He says, yes, Joe Pride, I am a sprinter. I'm now right back on my toes where I want to be.
I spoke to her. She has had an incredible campaign, travelling right across the country. She had a little setback yesterday, but looking fit.
Girl.
I am very keen on her first up. She has a great record on the soft. A market update, please, for the Group 1 Kingsford Smith.
Well, and the punters are keen on I Wish I Win. They're diving in head first with 41% of the hold. He's stayed rock solid at the top of the market there at 370. He's just getting out of touch, but they do continue to pile on. In terms of movement outside of him, Think About It has some support late here. We did see him up on the toe. Very characteristic of him last prep. Secret out to 7 from 5. Bella Nipotina, 7 out to 8. And Tino, an interesting runner at double.
Racing. They jumped at an even line. Think About It, breaking the line first. Freedom Rally and Uncommon James go forward. And Bella Nipotina, she jumped on terms today. She's fourth on settling down. Magic Time about fifth away. I Wish I Win. Sixth in the first call over on the rail. Then came In Secret. And Antino 3 wide outside of Espiona and Osipenko. That's the first call. 7 lengths span them. Uncommon James works his way to the lead to approach the 800 with Freedom Rally right in his back in second. Two-way third, Think About It, getting a good run, as is Bella Nipotina. The pace has dropped off mid-race. Magic Time Park fifth, one off the rail. I Wish I Win, sixth the fence. Then came In Secret, followed by Osipenko, Espiona and Sorrentino, 3 wide and last. Up to the turn, 500 left to run. Freedom Rally popped off the fence, went up to issue a challenge to Uncommon James. Think About It, going to the centre of the track. Even wider was Magic Time. Bella Nipotina sticking towards the inside. I Wish I Win is busting into the clear. He starts to put in a generous finish, and wider was In Secret. They're across the track here. Bella Nipotina went to Uncommon James and Freedom Rally. I Wish I Win putting in strongly. It's Bella Nipotina and I Wish I Win with 100 to go. Bella Nipotina, I Wish I Win. I Wish I Win the outside, got to the lead, gets revenge. I Wish I Win. Beat Bella Nipotina. Reverse result today. Third either In Secret or Freedom Rally. Then came Think About It and Tino, Espiona, Osipenko, Magic Time and Uncommon James.
He is a really proper horse. I wish I win. Peter Moody and Catherine Coleman, you take a bow, because what you've done from a training point of view has been spot on. The blinkers went on today, the nose roll comes off, and then Luke Nolan delivered the goods from an inside barrier. Bella Nipotina, not a worry in the world about her health and fitness. Brave as always, In Secret returns in style. Freedom Rally runs fourth, jumps out of its skin. Lizzie, what a win.
Yeah, great to see him back in the winner's stall. And you know what the big one is? Great to see Luke Nolan aboard him as well, because he has got such an affiliation with him. He really had so much confidence over the concluding stages. I actually thought that Bella was going to really kick back again, and she toughed it out so well to the line. That was a smart ride from Craig Williams. In Secret, she's returned well. Freedom Rally also, as you mentioned, hit the line quite nicely. I suppose the disappointment was, think about it, I thought that he would have given a little bit more. He had a lovely run in transit. He was front of those horses that were able to overcome him. I Wish I Win, Bella Nipotina and In Secret. So back to the drawing board a little bit with him, but great win. Great to see Moody Coleman back-to-back winners, and of course with Luke in the saddle.
Yeah, what a day they're having.
Nolan being back on board, and you know, we've got our whole crew here today, the whole Moody family, racing manager Jeff O'Connor, everyone's here on course, and it just makes it so special.
He's a special horse, isn't he? And he's overcome a lot in his life. You still have to manage him. How do you do that?
Yeah, look, we just try and keep him happy and healthy and enjoying his racing, and you know, he is an incredible horse. He's got such a will to win, and it's just, you know, you see that in races like that when he has to tough it out.
Your son, your hero horse, with another Group 1 under your belt.
It's tremendous. He's a very good horse, and they're hard to come by, you know, so every opportunity you get in these sorts of horses, you make the most of. So he was good today. 2 weeks between runs, he wasn't probably quite as dynamic as he can be, but that's a nice lot for winter, so I think he goes away for a nice rest, and hopefully that's a reminder.
Won this race.
Oh, I love this guy. This guy grew up hearing stories about the mighty Kingston Town. There's been very few that have been better than him. And Rough Habit, of course, a superstar here in Queensland. No doubting that. And a race named after him was won by Tatt.
Because the Oaks up here is over the 22. That's not her sweet spot. Fillies to win the Queensland Derby since 2000. Well, there's only been two. Dariana for...
Up to come across and join us. Your girl Bella did not let you down, mate. She's run another amazing race.
Rough Habit. Nashua Willa takes the ride today and steps up to the 2,400 metres for the first.
Could join C.S. Hayes and John Hawkes on 8 if he's able to win today in that 10-hour derby. So Dariana's the most recent one. She is a live chance. She gave them a big head start, including first innings, flew down the outside to win. They got balloted out of the Roses. They come here. They might even back up in the Oaks next week, and she's around $65 at the moment. She will run a really good race. Loves it wet, and this is my top selection in Autumn Angel. We've spoken a lot about her. Inside barrier for Mark Zara.
One-way traffic there for your girl Autumn Angel Richo with over 48% of the hold, and a stack of multis rolling into her from I Wish I Win. We are up for a stack here with Autumn Angel. She's at 240 on top here. Tannhauser is at 460 on the second line. Then a gap to Warmonger, 950 out to 10. 13 for Navy King, along with $21. 23 for Moonlight Magic, and then $26 or more the rest. And in terms of movement at the back end of the market there, nothing really to report, as I said. It's all for Autumn Angel. And just a reminder,
runs from the rails, Autumn Angel. They're racing in the Derby. Autumn Angel began quite well. Tannhauser began a little better with Shy Guy. Kira Can and Gold Bullion going forward. Gold Bullion ridden positively early. Navy King also sweeping up. Wider Bullets High. Anderson Bridge trying to take a prominent position. And first innings is right up there early. Then Felix the Scat, Ajita, Warrior the Warrior and Purveyor as they go by the winning post the first time. Warmonger's out 4 wide. They're followed by, at the head of the others, was Ajita, son of Deck, getting well back, with Moonlight Magic out towards the tail with Saban, and Encoder is last of the 18. They sweep out of the straight, 1,800 left to run. Navy King takes it up. Gold Bullion trailing in second. Third, the outside, was Bullets High. Anderson Bridge in fourth, who got over onto the rail to get a good run. Now, Warmonger may still be 3 deep. Kirakan just pokes up at the mile. About 2.5 away to the second favourite, Tatt, Night Magic and Encoder. They head along the Eagle Farm back straighter, and Navy King has taken off. He's raced away, out by 8 lengths in the middle part of the Derby. Gold Bullion in second, racing in third was Bullets High. Anderson Bridge in fourth. They're followed by Warmonger. He's had a 3-wide trip as Navy King went further ahead at the 1,000 and set up a lead of 10. Kirakan in 6th position, then first innings, followed by Tannhauser, Shy Guy, off the track Felix the Scatter, then came Autumn Angel, Warrior the Warrior, Son of Decker, Jeter, starting around Moonlight Magic, well back coming down the side Purveyor, then came at the head of the other Saban, and Encoder is last of all. It's a case of catch me if you can, and Navy King is a loose leader as they go to the 600 metres, still out by 8. Warmonger has now gone to second, racing third, first inning, starting to work into the picture. Felix the Scat looming to fourth. Where are these big guns? Autumn Angel's back worse in midfield under some pressure, and Tannhauser is just ahead of it. They fan for home in the Derby. Navy King quickly headed off by Warmonger, who drove to a clear lead. Felix the Scat starts to try and chip into the margin. Then first innings, Autumn Angel can't win, nor can Tannhauser. Moonlight Magic from the back, but look at Warmonger. Look at Warmonger. He's out by a country mile and is going to win the Derby in a romp. The further he goes, the further he goes ahead, and Warmonger annihilated them, won by 10 lengths. Goodness gracious. Beto, Moonlight Magic, Felix the Scat and Saban. Then came a Jeter, followed by first innings Encoder, Warrior the Warrior, Autumn Angel, never a chance. Then Navy King, Tannhauser, Bullet High, Gapster Purveyor, Shy Guy, Son of Deck, Anderson Bridge, they're still coming, Kirakan and Gold Bullion last of all. And that would be the biggest winning margin of the Derby you'll have seen in some time.
Couldn't agree with you more there, David Fowler. That was an epic performance by Warmonger. Had the fitness on the board coming out of the South Australian Derby, Lizzie, but 10 lengths after we saw Navy King lead them up a merry dance. He's put a space on a quality field.
Hasn't he just? Wow, that was an unbelievable performance. As David Fowler said, a big winning margin. We were looking at, it was quite daring tactics from Navy King. We saw him up on speed, really running them a merry dance. But it was the horse that had the most staying prowess, and he travelled sweetly through the field. It's interesting to see where Blake came to. He came really wide, and then he ended up coming into that middle crown part of the track, and that's where he was finding the line strongly. We heard from Mick Kent earlier on, and he said, I think that this guy can jump back into the winner's circle. He can definitely jump back into form. Really, it was a one-act affair, and Moonlight Magic, Felix the Scat, they all ran well, but it was in vain.
Settling a little closer was definitely the making of Warmonger for the Price and Kent Junior Yard. Did a stunning job. Fit out of the South Australian Derby, and today wins his very own Derby of the Queensland variety. Let's hear from winning trainer Michael Kent Jr.
Oh, Michael Kent, that was absolutely exceptional. Won by 10.5 lengths. It's quite unbelievable what we just saw.
I think he was getting faster past the post. Blake said to us before the race, the one thing with this horse, he never ends on his run. I said, I agree. Blake said, I'm going to be, I don't want to be found wanting at the finish. The only query was the heavy or the soft heavy track. During the run I was thinking, oh, what are you thinking here, Blake? You know, he just kept poking forward 3 wide most of the journey, but it was the right call because the leader got away so far. You had to be near the front. It was hard to make ground, and the horse never looked like stopping. It was a monster stamina performance.
Describe what that feeling was like as you entered the...
He just kept getting better and better and better. So he's obviously got a real big engine. He's rapidly improving, so the ceiling's untapped.
Well, Mick's in the south of front.
To take her on to a certain extent with those bar plates. So we'll see her get out in the betting. She's at 260 at this stage, but still a very popular runner. Foxy Frida has been the mover with a really good late rally. She went up 850, 550.
Taking a backward step at the start was Thalassophile. The rest jumped as one. It was a starter's delight bar, Thalassophile. Miraval Rose has got speed with Zoe's Promise. Arts Object keeping up there. Queenmaker's not far away in the first call, and Conisana driving through as well. Opting out of that speed battle was Osmos. They're in the inside 4 for Sydney. Then came Lark Creek. She's about 3rd or 4th in the centre was Queenmaker. Behind that trio, Lark Creek spots them about 7 at the halfway mark. Then Osmos, Foxy Frida, right behind Lark Creek, and Thalassophile tacking on. 700 from the judge. Zoe's Promise making every post a winning post. Miraval Rose pops off the rail to go up to challenge. Third Arts Object, Cotasana in 4th. Maracana's always covered ground. 4 for Cindy is tracking along near the rail. Now Lark Creek pulled to the outside. They're followed by Queenmaker, Osmos and Foxy Frida. Still following Lark Creek. In the straight, Williams takes Miraval Rose to the lead from Zoe's Promise trying to box on. Cotasana trying to come at the pair. Wider Maracana, 4 for Cindy making ground. And Lark Creek slowly but surely working into her gears, coming down the centre of the track at the Thalassophile right along the inside. Here's Lark Creek right out wide under the roses, getting to the lead, moving clear Lark Creek. She's too good for them. For the Miners, Thalassophile's over on the inside. Foxy Frida's out wide. 4 for Sydney right up there with Maracana. Behind them Osmos, then Zoe's Promise. At the head of the others was Cotasana, Arts Object, Miraval Rose and Queenmaker out towards the tail.
I know we talk about this bloke a lot, but there's a reason for it because we are witnessing an absolute great of the sport in action. That's his 4th win for the day from only the 7 races that we've had on the program so far at Eagle Farm. In the race, it wasn't an easy watch. He's a bit of a grinder, but he got her going. La Creek wins.
Yeah, she was really impressive in the end, wasn't she? I was looking at her.
The 72nd running of the Queensland Oaks. So many champs have won it.
It's beautiful, and now Tempest Morn and El Tiero, and look at this, Ethereal from the tail of the field, by golly.
Punters, it's her stablemate, Mare of Mount Buller, who they're coming for. She's now into $5.50 after going up $7 this morning. She was $8.50 when markets opened. Molly Bloom, on the other hand, is easing, 5 out to $6. Ahariri, 6 out to 10 to sit with Kind Words, who's coming from $23 this morning. A really good move for her. $4.26 for Our Gold Hope, $23 or more the rest of them. So she's still popular.
Set now. Gates crash back. They're racing in the 7 Queensland Oaks. Kind Words out wide began well. On the other side, Oceans of Energy nicely away. Showing early speed, Sox Nation. Driving forward, Our Gold Hope. Right up there early, Mare of Mount Buller. And Good Banter about 5th away, followed by Gentileschi. Then came Firestorm, Moonlight Magic and Molly Nickers. Kind Words 3 wide around the first bend. Then Concello over on the inside, Molly Bloom. Scarlet Oak about 5th last of the first call. Then Miss Jolene, Unique Ambition. Just inclined to over race a touch. Kind Words 3 wide with cover. They're followed then by Miss Jolene. Scarlet Oak between runners. About 12 off the lead of the last trio. Ahariri following Scarlet Oak. Then Unique Ambition and Callistamon. To the far turn as the field begins to stretch out. 1,000 from the judge. Oceans of Energy making every post a winning post. 2 to Sox Nation sitting in 2nd. About 4 to Amazonian Lass in 3rd. They're stringing out. 2 to Our Gold Hope in 4th. 3 to Mare of Mount Buller. Followed by Good Banter. And then came Moonlight Magic, Gentileschi, Molly Nickers. Then Concello, Firestorm. Gee, some of these fancies are a long way back. Molly Bloom and Scarlet Oak together. Kind Words taking off 4 and 5 wide. Then came Ahariri, Unique Ambition, Miss Jolene, and Callistamon has become detached. Up to the turn of the Oaks, 500 left to run. Oceans of Energy turn to the lead. Sox Nation will be the first challenger. Mare of Mount Buller hard at it in 3rd. Then came Amazonian Lass. Our Gold Hope pulled to the outside. Good Banter starting to travel into the picture. Up to the inside, Molly Bloom. Where's Scarlet Oak? It can't win. In fact, it's dropped right out. Sox Nation ran to the lead. Our Gold Hope after it gamely, short of 200 left to run. Sox Nation, Our Gold Hope the outside, and they pair off. Our Gold Hope and Sox Nation, naught between them. Sox Nation climbing off the canvas, won the Oaks, beat Our Gold Hope. Miss Jolene up for 3rd, Mare of Mount Buller 4th. Then came, at the head of the others, Kind Words, Molly Nickers, followed by Molly Bloom, Concello. Then came Good Banter, Amazonian Lass. Has virtually failed to complete the track, Scarlet Oak.
He is an incredible trainer, Kieran Maher. Absolutely incredible what he's done with Sox Nation. She's had a long preparation, her first prep. She's done it all. The daughter of Sioux Nation, who was mispronounced, and they named the horse Sox Nation as a result on the back of the breaker. This horse was running all the way through summer, ran in the Autumn Classic behind Immediacy back in February, ran in the Alexandra Stakes, the Sires Guineas, then dropped back to 72 grade and couldn't get the job done there. And Ryan Maloney is able to get a Group 1 on Sox Nation. A blowout. Our Gold Hope runs second. Miss Jolene runs third.
After that boil over in the Oaks, and Valana all the rage. He's been popular all week. Now into 340. They just continue to back him. 440 he opened this morning. Marzu 460 out to 550. Opal Ridge has gone 480 out to 6. The Big Goodbye no for Tony Gollan, $61 into $26 as I say that. But
Racing. Insurrection Valana began well off inside gate. Zarastro out wide, showing speed with Jigsaw and at wits end, and Marzu goes forward as well. It's a real hurry-scurry. They'll sort themselves out. The Big Goodbye midfield, then Natuno, followed by all that pizzazz. Opal Ridge rocketing by. What You Need and Legvade 2 off last. Down the side, Zarastro showed the best mid-race speed, went by the half mile, leading up wits end by a length and a quarter. Marzu in a perfect spot, 2 away in third. 2 to Insurrection, fourth inside of Jigsaw, travelling fifth, 1 off the rail. To the Big Goodbye, then came Valana, about 7th, 5 off the lead. Natuno was next. Then came all that pizzazz. Opal Ridge on the way forward. She's got work to do though. Then rocketing by Legvade, and last, What You Need in the straight below the 400, and Zarastro on the firm going today is going boldly from at wits end. Insurrection. Now here comes Valana. Look at him thundering up the centre of the track with giant strides. The leader was Zarastro, not for long. Valana gave him a cold, gave everything a cold, shot away. It's going to be 5 for J-Mac. The putters clean up in the last, and look at Valana go. Whooshka! Valana beat Marzu, Jigsaw, all that pizzazz, and Insurrection. Then came Zarastro, Natuno, followed by Legvade, the Big Goodbye. Upwards end, pulling up quickly, rocketing by What You Need. And Opal Ridge didn't fire a shot last over the line.
That's some sort of performance there by Valana, James Cummings and James McDonald. J-Mac walks away with 5 winners today, and the gelding has been the making.
And it might have put Richo off, but it's not putting off plenty of other punters. It is the best backed runner in the race. There are a couple of other losing results from the tab side of things, and I know no one really cares, but it is a good indication of money that's not necessarily reflective of the price they set. Celino is one of those. It's the second worst result from a tab side of things. Amada's been a slight drifter. Captain Envious, $8 hovering around that quote. Allegron went up $4.60 and is now $8.50. Goldman, 8 out to 9. So they're the...
Straight in the Brisbane Cup. Here we go.
Warning actually won the start, began well, and the Ruffian, big odds. Tappy's Lad showing early speed, and he'll be the initial leader. Casual Connection going forward soon after the start, as is Knight's Order. He's pushing on. I dare say he'll be in front soon. Goldman also on the way up towards the leaders. Warning after jumping in front will settle in 5th position. Outside of Tapple Doodle Do midfield on the inside. 2 lengths away then came Captain Envious, outside of Mostly Cloudy, spotting the favourite for the first time. He's about 7th on the rail in 4th last position. A Maid is right behind him in the last pair, were Allegron and Celino. So the fancies start with just over 1,400 left to run. Knight's Order making every post a winning post. He'll do it for as long as he can. He leads his stablemate Goldman by just over a length. Tappy's Lad still in 3rd, and still Casual Connection in 4th. Over on the inside in 5th was Tapple Doodle Do. No jockey prepared to make a move. They must be content with pace and position. Warning centre field, 2 to Captain Envious, 1 to Mostly Cloudy, a length away a Maid, a length second last Celino, and Allegron is still last of all. They go to the far turn, just over 1,000 metres left to run, and Knight's Order calls the shots in front. That margin now 2 on Goldman as they run to the side. Tappy's Lad 3rd, Casual Connection moving up on the outside to join it. 2 lengths away, Tapple Doodle Do, Warning 3/4 away. Still these back markers haven't got a move on. They've left the 800 as well. A Maid now starts to get a wriggle on. Captain Envious tries to go with him. Mostly Cloudy, 3rd last now on the rail, 6 off the lead. Allegron starts to track a Maid into the race, and Celino hard at it in last position. Stone Motherless last, up to the turn of the Cup with about 450 left to run, and straightening Knight's Order leads the way. Goldman on the outside trying to bridge the margin. Casual Connection comes up calling 3 wide. Then Warning, here's Captain Envious making a generous finish. A Maid wider on the track was Allegron. Mostly Cloudy is going through the inside trying to get gaps, but Captain Envious pinched a lead below the 200 metres. Allegron's running on gamely from the back. 100 left to run. The leader was Captain Envious. He's all out, and here is Allegron. Allegron 2-1, stormed away and won the Brisbane Cup. Beat Mostly Cloudy. Captain Envious, Warning 4th. Gaps into a maid, Goldman. Tapple Doodle Doo, Knight's Order, Casual Connection. Salino and Tappy's Lad, Lust over the line.
Good on you, Lizzie. The pick of the yard, He did look a picture as far as Lizzie's concerned. He put the writing on the wall last start, Lizzie. How strong was he over the last 200 metres?
Well, they might have really found something here with him, because this is the first time he's been tried at this trip. We know that he's run in derbies before, but I think that Björn has seemed to found the real key. I thought he was terrific last time out. He did absolutely. But what is important this time of year is not just their coats, but also the condition that they're carrying after a long preparation. And again, I think he's tightened up nicely. So he's got to be
the perfect horse to be able to use that barrier. He can settle midfield. James is going to have a lot of options. He looks the testament.
I think
60 marks, so it's a very short price favourite. And it's funny, during the week, a lot of people were saying, oh, $2 looks a bit too short. But then you would ask them, righto, well, what horse is going to beat Broadsiding? And suddenly there'd be silence. Mr. Artemisia is probably the most common name being thrown up as the main danger, and it's the second elect at $6.50. Bitter Creek at $9.50, or Morzillo at $14. Just
tab for the Atkins. From the get-go, here's David Fowler for the Atkins.
Light turned off, ready at the metric mile. Racing. Broadsiding about midfield away. Amelia sprung out well, and so did the Basosto. Showing early speed, China Seal. Mazzillo about fourth away. And Broadsiding is going to take fifth position in the early stages. Bitter Creek settling behind that division, then Smashing Time. Followed by Mr. Artemisia, who just got onto heels and lost a length or two. Being passed by Can't Recall One. Then Beau Dazzler, drifting back Barbaric Lad, Imperialist, and PB Noir is last of all. 12 lengths span them, 1100 left to run. China Sea alongside Amelius. They stride together in the lead role. El Mazzillo third, and Basosto getting the box seat run, fourth on the rail. Now McDonald has Broadsiding fifth, one off in a great position mid-race. Smashing Time over on his inside. Then Bitter Creek, Beau Dazzler, three wide midfield. Mr. Artemisia the rail, Can't Recall One, Imperialist, Barbaric Lad of the Maiden. PB Noir whips them in. 700 left to go in the JJ Atkins, and China Sea is peppering Amelius in the lead. They're out by 2.5. El Mazzillo in third, Basosto in fourth. Both have had good runs on Broadsiding. He's there fifth and poised and ready to go. Bitter Creek next, then Smashing Time, Beau Dazzler, Can't Recall One, Mr. Artemisia a mile back, then Barbaric Lad, Imperialist, and PB Noir. Broadsiding given his head by McDonald, raced up to the leading division and shot away. Broadsiding 2-3 in front from El Mazzillo, Basosto, and Bitter Creek running on. They're down to the 100 metres though, and Broadsiding, he takes his second Group 1 today. The winner is closed. The spring is beckoning. Oh, McDonald, you're a cheeky man. A salute to the crowd, and Broadsiding bolted in. Beat home either Bitter Creek, Basosto or El Mazzillo. Then came Can't Recall One. Beau Dazzler, Mr. Artemisia, Barbaric Lad, Imperialist, PB Noir, Amelius, China Sea, and Smashing Time. Last of all, when you're the best, you're entitled to have a bit.
On two occasions, he's in rare air as he was when he was standing in the irons.
Here and continue on what had been an amazing two-year-old season already for Broadsiding, but he got the opportunity to yet again show how good he is, and you know, I can see how circumstances would lead people to wonder whether he could reproduce it on a good track, but he just didn't get the chance to show that in the Champagne on a good track, and today he did, and he was outstanding. So absolutely rewarded by the decision to persevere to the JJ Atkins with a colt who'd already had a big prep, but that's going to do the horse the world of good, and it certainly justifies just how much faith we had in this horse as a superior 2-year-old.
Australian 2-year-old of the year?
Well, look, it had that look about it when James McDonald stood high in the irons and gave him the big salute. I mean, that's a big thrill. You don't win Group 1s as easily as that, and that gives you an insight.
Mate, well done. It's a good feeling, isn't it? But he's a very special colt, and it was all over after I went 2 furlongs and got the spot I got, and it needed to be, because I've had unlucky runners on these colours, and I said to James, I won't be unlucky on this one, trust me.
I can't be on the rail. I've got to get off there straight away. 3 back, a little bit of cover. Great ride, mate. Tell us about him as a...
It's the only losing result from a tab side of things, and from a punter's side of things, there's 3.5 times more on Corvalant than the next best back. Now, that market doesn't tell you that. It's $4.40 the field with Chinny Boom favourite, but they must just be keen to take Corvalant on, because the money is there. Say Magique at $6, Coco Jambu at $9.50. Comment the number on the screen or visit the website.
It's Tiara.
David Fowler.
In a good line. Beginning fast was Chinny Boom with a bounding. Nicely away, Revolutionary Miss. Same as Magique going forward soon after the start, and Aureus Angel about 5th away. Then came Garnatti, followed by Short Shorts, who was only fairly out at the start and has to go forward and use petrol. Go over a lot in the second half of the field. Then Osbred Flirt, Banana Queen, Coco Jumbo, and Comrade Rose Ren Vienna Princess, the last pair. It's a good gallop down the side, 800 left to run. Chinny Boom trying to be steady by Justin Stanley. Leads Same as Magique right there in second, a length behind the leader. Short Shorts working hard 3 wide, bounding the centre, and Revolutionary Miss tucked away 5th on the rail. Just behind them, Corvalant starting to move into the 3 wide cover flow. Then came Garnatti, Aureus Angel on the rail, Coco Jumbo travelling to the picture, then Osbred Flirt, Banana Queen, Comrade Rosa, and Vienna Queen pulled right to the outside. Chinny Boom headed by Same Magique, and McDonald now goes for home, looking for 4 winners today. Coever Leonard's trying to come after him, and Bounding is running on as well. Then came Garnatti. Same Magique is the leader with 100 metres left to go. It's out in front. They're starting to run on strongly. Osbred Flirt out wider was a Bounding, but Same Magique in front. Great first up win. McDonald again beat Osbred Flirt. Then I'd say a Bounding. From on the outside was Garnatti, and on the inside Comrade Rosa. Behind them Coco Jumbo, then the Queen and Short Shorts.
So James McDonald 4 for the day, 4 Dane Rippers. Chris Waller has 5 Dane Rippers. This filly had only won on debut, but famously ran second in a Coolmore stud, didn't she? And she's paid the price for that, Lizzie, in so many ways in terms of how short she's been in the market. The trial was good and the run was even better today.
Yeah, very smart performance, wasn't it? And we said and mentioned...
A bit of both, I think. I mean, she's got to be a big chance in the Tatt Tiara. And nothing was charging home, were they? I mean, they were coming home well, but...
who in 1992 lumped 58.5 kilos, making him the only horse in 30 years to carry more than 56 to victory.
Rough Habit's flying on the rails. Rough Habit moved up, grabbed the lead, and he's won the Stradbroke. What a performance, Rough Habit.
In 1997, Dane Ripper won the Stradbroke.
Dane Ripper wins the Stradbroke.
The same year, Black Piranha in 2010 was the last back-to-back winner.
And Black Piranha's flashing down the outside. They hit the line. Oh, Black Piranha.
While Impending was the last 3-year-old to win in 2017.
Impending raced up, hit the lead, and won the Stradbroke.
In recent years, the race has had high-profile victors, including 5-time Group 1 winner Santa Ana Lane in 2018.
Santa Ana Lane for the Stradbroke.
Trekking in 2019.
But it's all trekking for the Blue Army.
And Think About It in 2023.
Think about it, the favourite won the Straddy.
The Straddy, I hope you are gay, the Straddy 8, all the way back to 1890, 131st running here. Used to be over 12 winning at Royal Ascot. And her daughter today, Steffi Magnetic.
He had a couple of years off, didn't he, in between?
So here's the big girl of the race, isn't she? She's the big horse of the race.
She's the class of the race, Bruce. And when I had a look at her in the stalls and just looked, she almost bounced back, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, she had excuses last start, didn't she, when she was galloped on and lost a plate. If it was advantage, whereas now on a drier track, she doesn't gain that advantage with the likes of Antino, who's just going to need a gun ride from Vlad.
He is going to need Benedetta. The big question for me, Richo and Bruce, is she going to be able to run the 4
That Morton Cup hoodoo.
Yeah, well, no winners won that race and then come out and won this. This is his third attempt won that race and then come out and won this. This is his third attempt at the race, but it's his first as a gelding, and he was a hand.
Amenable, big chance. Your Black Booker, fantastic in the all-age stakes. He ran a great race in a Turak.
And in the Luster show.
And Steffi Magnetica, she's run great races in Group 1s. That's Surround, and also ran a great race in a Doomben 10,000. Meets them better at the weights. And Roll on High was...
Yeah, $4.80 off the back of that Morton Cup win, and you guys touched on the storylines and the history, looking to become the first horse to do the Morton Cup Stradbroke double. So either way, whoever wins, we're going to get one hell of a story, and I can't wait. And Tino at $7.50 is currently on the second line. Bella Nipotina, interesting go. It's probably the best backed runner in the last 5 minutes, $15 into $10. Amenable at $11, Benedetta $15, and we'll head over the page, 18 to 15 about that horse. Samana's been a slight drifter, 15 out to 19, having peaked at 21, and not...
Drawn the outside gate, Starter is at the ladder, he's at the ready. Samana goes, ready to break. Racing. Jumped in a great line, and Tino was last out of the barriers. Stepardi began well with Here to Shock and Prince of Boom. Nicely away was Magic Time, rolling forward Amenable. Not too far away was Valada on settling down, and then came Bella Nipotina trying to negotiate a path across towards the inside. Then Dream Hour, followed then by Benedetta about midfield away. Nugget outside that pair 3 wide. Followed then by Cephis, the inevitable Lozapenko, Mighty Ulysses, Steffi Magnetica, and Tino third last on the rail. Then Samana and Roll on High is last. 800 left to run. Here to Shock holds the lead. Keeps out Prince of Boom. Stepardi 1.5 away third. The box seat. Amenable in a great spot mid-race in fourth, as is Valada 2 away in fifth. Outside of Magic Time, they run it at a good speed. Bella Nipotina seventh of the 600. Dream Hour over on the rail. Then Benedetta, followed by Nugget. The inevitable trying to make ground. Mighty Ulysses. A long way back, Steffi Magnetica. Then came to the outside. Samana a long way back with Roll on High. And Tino sticking towards the inside. They fan across the track in the Stratty. Many with a chance as Valada. Storming up the centre of the track, race to the lead. Bella Nipotina's after him gamely. And getting through to the inside is Steffi Magnetica with a lightweight. Bella Nipotina out wide. Steffi Magnetica. Valada can't reach them. It's down to 2. Steffi Magnetica. Bella Nipotina. They reach the line. Steffi Magnetica won the Stradbroke. Beat Bella Nipotina and Valada. Followed then by the inevitable. Then came Amenable Lozapenko, followed by Dream Hour and Tino, Benedetta, Nugget, Roll on High, Samana. Well back was Stepardi with Magic Time, Prince of Boom, Here to Shock, Ulysses and Cepheus last over the line.
Race that every
story. And what about Bella Nipotina and Valana and the old 8-year-old, the inevitable? It's a wonderful, wonderful finishing order, isn't it?
It is, the top finishing order. They went so quickly as well. It really set it up for the horses that were going to be able to hit the line strongly, and that's what Zach did. He was
Zach Lloyd, Group 1 winning jockey.
I know, it's unreal. It's been a long time coming. It feels like I just kept missing the mark, whereas today it all went well. I was on the right horse, and I'm just very happy to get the job done on a big stage.
Take us through the run.
She can have a race at times, so I was very happy with the rhythm she was in, but as I got to about 800, a couple of horses started dropping back in my face, and I had 2 options, whether to wait and go around them with the improving runners, or to cut back to the inside and just keep her rhythm flowing. So I went with that option, and it turned out to be all right. She darted up the inside. I felt like they went at the top of the straight, and then at the 200 I saw Bella Nipotina flash next to me, and I was probably not the horse I wanted to be in a short head finish with. Thank you. But no, she was very brave and was pulling away on the line.
You've got the world at your...
To win the Cups double.
Some pretty enigmatic horses in this. You guys have touched on that. Faulkner Park's probably the most consistent of them, and as a result, it's our favourite and well supported at $4.20, but nothing major. Adelaide River, $6.50. Light Infantry Man at $7.50. And then Kovalika's on the drift, 7 out to 10, back to $8.50. Bois d'Argent at $11 and 13 or more for the rest of them. Vow and Declare's had a little bit of specking, and even Amacura, I know it hasn't firmed, but it's another one that's attracted a little bit of interest.
Really in the way of Faulkner Park, but then after looking at Amacura, who I had on top last time, I have to go with her. She just looks $1 million. I'm hoping that she's going to be able to jump and put herself in the race. I know she's drawn stick.
They're set. Racing in the Q22, the ghostly grey Bois d'Argent began well, as did the Melbourne Cup winner Vow and Declare. Light Infantryman and Naval College going forward with Numerian and Spirit Ridge 5 and 6 wide, surging up towards the front. Adelaide River just behind that division with He's a Shocker, and Faulkner Park about midfield in the drive to the first turn, one off the fence. Cleveland's out about 4 wide. Kovalika switching over onto the rail. Converge between runners, then Knight's Choice, followed by La Don de Ville, Bodegon. Getting a long way back, Young Werther, Huetor and Amacura is last of the 18. 12 River, he's trucking up as well, but he's 3 wide and exposed. Vow and Declare over on the rail. Faulkner Park in a midfield position, 1 away from the rail. Cleveland outside of him, and He's a Shocker inside of him. Then another line of 3. Young Werther around Converge. Kovalika a long way back near the rail, followed then by La Don de Vie, and then came El Bodegon. Huetor and Amacura at the tail end. Off the back straight with 1,000 left to run. Adelaide River surged forward, took control of affairs. McDonald looking for 5 winners. He's in front with Adelaide River. Naval College second, third Spirit Ridge. Numerian in 4th. 5th over on the rail was Light Infantryman. Bois d'Argent takes off. Cleveland's always been wide. Faulkner Park now improving, working into the picture, followed by Vow and Declare. Then came Young Werther. He's a Shocker. Converge. Knight's Choice. Kovalika a mile back coming to the turn with La Don de Vie. Then came Huetor, El Bodegon and Amacura. Whipped them in. The Q22 field thunder for home. Adelaide River taken on us by Bois d'Argent. Coming up outside the pair, Numerian. Faulkner Park out beyond the centre of the track is coming with a powerful run. Light Infantryman's only battling away, but look at Faulkner Park. Look at Faulkner Park. He dashed away. He's looking for the Q22 prize. He's got the better of Bois d'Argent. He's got the better of the entire field. The further they go, the further he roars away, and Faulkner Park won. Look at Knight's Choice for second. Photo third. Vow and Declare or Bois d'Argent. Then Kovalika, Young Werther, followed by Spirit Ridge. Then came Light Infantryman. He's a Shocker. Adelaide River, Numerian, El Bodegon, Naval College, Huetor, Converge, La Don de Vie, and Cleveland. Cleveland is the last one home.
Gee, impressive. Richo gave a big push. How good was that? Daisy, we're going to get back to that race. Have you got a market mover from Annabelle wins for the 3rd time with 3 different horses in the last 4 years. Richo had a big push for the horse. He's with Annabelle now.
Annabelle Neesham, that is a wonderful win in a race that you've got such a good record on. Wow, he was impressive. Well done.
Yeah, it was a relatively easy watch for him. Because I was trying to see where all of mine were, and they're all, bar him, they're all sort of on-pace horses, but there was so much shuffling and changing of positions going on during the race, and I could just see Tyler, he was probably just rubbing his hands from where he was, and he was on the back of the right horse, popped off at the top of the straight, and he was really impressive late. I thought he'd take a bit of beating, and obviously the market suggested that, but yeah, to win by that margin with that ease was, yeah, really exciting.
What's been the key to him? How have you got...
look, I'll obviously chat with Bennett Racing and the team, but I'm sure the Caulfield Cup will be circled in the calendar to work back from.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
An Australian runner in the shape of Asfoora. She has run already here and then got a pass mark. But why do we have so few Australian runners this year compared to what we used to? Because this race has been won, what, 5 times by Aussie runners?
I feel as though they maybe just went home a bit wounded last year.
Oh, really?
We'd had a bit of success in the previous years, and there was quite a few come over, and none of...
Big champion jockey comes Saturday evening. Big Evs, 11-4, 11-2 Asfoora. Very strong, the Australian mare. The amount of Oisin Murphy, very, very strong. Regional 6-1, believing 8-1. What do you believe?
Head column, that's Craig Witherford. It's a very kind, you just see the chain to the back, but it's very kind. You see it's all padded.
So far, we've had a winning favourite in Sharon.
Third stakes, Group 1, they're in the gate.
And they're off and sprinting over 5 furlongs. Not a great beginning at the break for Rogue Lightning, who to alter fraction. Also Killian not that fast away. Regionalists on the near side and showing very good early speed. Big Evs has got the overall lead right over on the far side, followed by Emirati Anna, also 7 questions. Then the turquoise of Makarova, also prominent on the far side, together with Kurdos. The smaller group on the near side have been headed by Regional, then the Australian mare Asfoora racing into second. The Dream is in third on the near side. Valiant Force chasing in 4th position ahead of Equality. Already inside the final quarter of a mile, and it is Big Evs over on the far side who still blazes the trail. Believing is one of those who is picking up towards the near side. Asfoora still has every chance. Regional is digging in. Asfoora now has come alongside Big Evs. These two toe to toe with another 100 yards to go. Asfoora wins for Australia. Regional in second, tight third. Big Evs all believing, followed by Kurdos and then Makarova. Twilight calls Emirati Anna, and with a little bit of late gain was Purasangwe. At 5-1, Asfoora has given Australia their 6th win in the King Charles III Stakes. And Oisin Murphy wins for Henry Dwyer and has won by about a length. Regional in second. Big Evs, I think, is third. Believing in 4th. Significant win here for Australia, who have won this race for the 6th time. And she's travelled across the world, and she has scorched home.
Fairy tale. We'll be back next year, that's for sure now. That was just a brilliant ride by Oisin. He really settled her well in behind the leader on the outside, and I think that was the winning move for her, really, because she was able to be strong to the line. You saw the last sort of 50 metres, she was only just able to hang on, but that was just absolutely brilliant. Everybody back home will be cheering, and that's just so great to see.
They were worried about the climb here at Ascot, and admittedly she's gone looking for a bit of company as we've come up that final bit, but when I mean, that's a massive performance from her, a big step forward from Haydock, where it was really deep ground. I'm sure she wouldn't have had those conditions back home.
Yeah, and a great call from the trainer Henry Dwyer to bring her, because yes, she was Group 1 placed, second in a Group 1 in Melbourne, but there's a lot of risk attached with bringing horses over, not least the financial implications of the cost bringing them. And
I'm thrilled for Connections. It's very brave to come from Australia with a very good horse, take all the travel and perform on the big day. And how good was she?
Brilliant. Tell me about Asfoora was well backed in the end, won at 5-1. Regional in second at 6-1. Still got big races to win.
Henry Dwyer. Henry, in any words you can, put this into some form of perspective.
I'm really struggling for words, Matt, funnily enough.
It's not something we can often say for an Australian.
We've come a long way from Ballarat, but it's been just an amazing experience from start to finish. We've been so well looked after, and we're so grateful for that. Just to all my staff at home, to my family at home, to Chanel, who's looked after this horse the whole time. She's sacrificed a lot to be here, and just thrilled for her, thrilled for Shiny, who's come all the way from home, and to Mr. Al-Fakri, the owner, who wheelhouse 5 furlongs, and she's proven that today. And we just didn't have the races for her in Australia, but she's proved she's up to it, and I'm just so thrilled for everyone involved.
So you did a count.
Has travelled the length and breadth of the country and still racing in such terrific order, and it's such a credit to the team at Kiramar Racing.
What is going to be a beauty, the Tatt's Tiara, our final Group 1. 74 of 74 for the Australian racing season, a season of so many highs. Market for the big Group 1.
It's all about Bella Nipotina here, so she's now into $2, Richo. $2 about Bella Nipotina. About 20 minutes ago was about $2, $22.15, so that's all happened in the last 10-15 minutes or so. Now $2 even about Bella Nipotina. Say Magique on that second line of betting at $6. Samana's 9 out to 10. Roll on High, $21, best price they bet earlier on in the week's now 12. Opal Ridge, 14 out to 17. Bubble Rock Roots at 26, but it's all about Bella here. $2 now on tab fixed.
Mr. Horrendo Anderson. Up goes Say Magique. Set for the Tattersall's Tiara, Group 1, red light on. They're ready to jump, and they're racing. Bella Nipotina about midfield away. Banana Queen flew out at the start. Opal Ridge began well. Samajik third away and Bubble Rock fourth on settling down. Zoe's Promise going forward in a hurry. Then Coco Jumbo. Bella Nipotina 3 and 4 wide early. Around Samana. Inside that bunch was Vienna Princess. Then came a bounding finding the rail, followed by Roots and Miss Jolene. They're racing together with Roll on High. Then Leg Vade, a long way back Osbred Flirt, Comrade Rosa, and More Secrets whipped them in 10 off the lead. Down the side, 800 left to run. Bubble Rock freewheeling in front. Leads Zoe's Promise, and there's Samajik. She's in the box seat. Perfect Trail in third. Racing fourth, Bella Nipotina. She's exposed 3 wide, the favourite. Opal Ridge the centre. The rail, Banana Queen. Then Samana. 3 wide with cover, followed by Coco Jumbo. Then Vienna Princess. Roots Miss Jolene. Roll on High, a bounding Osbred Flirt. Leg Vade, More Secrets, and Comrade Rosa. Last of all, the Tiara Field thunders for home. Bubble Rock's jockey went to the centre of the track and leads the way. Out by a couple of lengths. Bella Nipotina being asked to go. Has some work to do. Then Samajik and Samana down the outside. Roots from a long way back. Bella Nipotina all of a sudden went to Bubble Rock. They've got 100 left to run. Samana's running on strongly. Bella Nipotina's in front. Go girl! Bella Nipotina handed the keys to the city. She wins again. Bella Nipotina, her third Group 1, beat Samana. Bubble Rock, or on the inside, a bounding. Then came Osbred Flirt, followed by Roll on High, Leg Vade. More Secrets, Vienna Princess. Well back was Roots. Samajik didn't run the trip. Then came, well back, Coco Jumbo, Zoe's Promise, Comrade Rosa, Miss Jolene, and 2 tailed off, Opal Ridge and Banana Queen.
She's a rock star, an absolute rock star. Back to fillies and mares grade. Of course she's too good. Look at Ryan Maloney's gone. The early pump of the fist, a long way out. She was 4 wide, then 3 wide without cover. That was the only way they could beat her, and she was still too good. She beats her stablemate, Samana. Bubble Rock, the USA mare, runs third. Abounding the 3-year-old filly, Nella, and this girl is simply a marvel.
She absolutely is, Richo. You've summed that up perfectly. I think also it just is evident that this game is swings and roundabouts. Ryan Maloney rode 100-1 winner for Kiran Ma in the Queensland Oaks, and now he's been afforded this opportunity to ride this absolute superstar, and he's been able to get the job done again. And when you think about how his season...
Mate, she's a freak of nature. What she's been able to do this preparation, congratulations. That is a mighty training performance, and she did it on her ear.
Yeah, she did. I haven't seen Pug yet, but he looked like he was in control pretty well the whole way, and that's the feeling she gave me sort of leading in. You know, I come up here on Friday, we galloped her on, and I looked for a reason to not run her, and she was, I thought she was better, and that's how she raced. She was very dominant. She's very consistent, she's very tough. I've got a great team. Ryan rode her well, and, you know, she's been racing every 2 weeks and racing, you know, arguably as good at her first start up here, you know, probably as good in her last. So, yeah, it's a massive team effort, and I'm very thankful.
So she deserves a break now. Did I hear an E word that you mentioned a little bit earlier? So are we targeting an Everest?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think she's in career best form. You know, the sprinters have thinned out. You know, she's a mare in form. We won't give her too long. We'll just stick her over up here, give her a couple of weeks off, and she'll have a couple of weeks just ticking over, and we'll work back from the Everest, probably have a run before it. But that's her goal.
So I'm guessing you've had a call.
For a couple of weeks off, and she'll have a couple of weeks just ticking over, and we'll work back from the Everest, probably have a run before it. But that's her goal.
So I'm guessing you've had a call then in the last couple of weeks, have you?
No, but no doubt she will.
Absolutely, not a doubt in the world. She's just been absolutely amazing. But credit to you and your team for her to do what she's done.